Okay, it's 6:47 a.m., she wrote. I've been up since 4:30 and not by choice. Yesterday was the anniversary of my dad's diagnosis. It was like my body seemed to remember, even if my brain tried to forget. She continued on, and yet today I have meetings and deadlines and people counting on me. What do we do when we're not okay? But stopping isn't an option. Hi, I'm Sally Wright, a grief and leadership coach, and I help high functioning women navigate life after loss when the grief is really real, and so are the responsibilities. So I don't know if you've heard this, but I've often heard, and I've probably even told people, just take some time off, put yourself first, or you really need to prioritize self-care. But the truth is, what if you're a breadwinner? What if you're a founder or CEO? What if you're a single mom? What if your kids need you? So what if stepping back isn't an option? It's not possible right now. This is what I call grief you can't schedule. When the real truth is you can never schedule grief. But this is when grief becomes a choice. You either continue on with your tasks or you make space for grief. And as we all know, those binary options are rarely the way to move forward. So, what we know is in our brain, grief triggers our nervous system into survival mode. It says, we're in danger. It's like doing an exam while the fire alarm is blaring in the room. Your brain is on high alert from the blaring alarm and the potential fire that's coming. And yet you're still expected to ace the test. So I like to think of this as a bit of a metaphor. Try this one on and see if this resonates with you. What if it's like a battery? What if grief or your life is like a battery? You've got this much life. It takes this much energy just to exist. And then grief comes along and you realize the grief is taking up half your energy just to simply exist. This is why everything feels harder when we're actively grieving, because it is. So the series this week is about small shifts, small survival strategies, what I like to call grief on the go. You don't have to collapse and be incredibly tearful to be worthy of support. But nor, on the other hand, do you have to pretend to be fine either. So in these next videos, I'm going to show you real tools for real life. But today, I want to invite you just to notice, that's our practice for today, just notice, where does your body feel tired? And what would help that fatigue just a little bit? So full transparency, today, I feel exhausted in my legs. And what would help just a little, honestly? Taking a bath. That would be the best thing. So I invite you to leave a comment if you know that feeling of, I'm not okay, but I still have to keep going. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye.